Rooftoppers, Chapter 16, Part 2 of 3. Right, Sophie and Matteo are running across the rooftops, and Sophie thinks she spots something. Sophie saw it. She definitely saw it. But by the time she had untangled her hair from her face and could see again, the girl had gone. It took her a few minutes to catch up with Matteo. Matteo, did you see her? The girl. Who was it? I didn't see it. It will have just been nothing. A paper bag. It was bigger than a paper bag. It was a girl. A broken kite, maybe? A pillowcase? Come on. He cracked his knuckles and ran on. It was 10 minutes before Matteo again stopped. They were a jump across from a tall, curved rooftop. It gleamed greenish in the moonlight. Stay there, Matteo jumped, then bent and rapped lightly on the rooftop. It echoed. Copper, he said. Take off your shoes before you come. Jump as softly as you can. Sophie pulled off her shoes. What shall I do with them? Here, throw your shoes to me. Ach, I hate copper. Sophie did so. Thank goodness, she thought, that Charles had taught her to throw. What's the worst kind of rooftop? She asked. Is it copper? No. Stone tiles. The old ones from the old days. They're quieter than copper, but too easy to... What's the word? Topple? Dislodge? Sophie held her breath and eyed the gap. It was no wider than her arm, but even so it made her shiver. She jumped, landing messily, but leapt straight to her feet. Maybe, yes, dislodge. And flat rooftops are best. He handed back her shoes. Anything with big slabs is good. Stone or slate or metal. Right, like on the Hotel Boast? Yes, and on most state buildings, hospitals, prisons, theatres are good, and cathedrals, but anything 4 floors or under is too low to sleep on. They can see you from the street if you roll too near the edge. Wait, don't put your shoes back on. Tie them around your waist. All right, Sophie wound her shoelaces round her waist. Why, though? She arranged the shoes carefully so that one hung over each hip. Matteo said, you need your toes up here. You shouldn't ever wear shoes. But don't you? People think toes are useless. That's because they're stupid. But don't your feet get... His face took on an aggravating headmaster look. You thought toes were only good for collecting dirt, no? Not exactly, but nothing. Toes are life and death. You need toes for balance? I've broken every toe at least twice. Look. Matteo held up a foot. It was black. The base of his foot was calloused over. Not 1 inch of soft skin was visible. He tapped the bottom. You hear? It's like tin. You could play music on my feet. Sophie said, but don't they get cold in winter? Yes. Oh, Sophie waited for him to say more. He didn't. She said, but couldn't you wear shoes when you're just on your own rooftop? I could give you mine if you like. I've got 2 pairs. No, merci. They're not girly. Sophie held up the shoes hanging around her waist. They're like those ones. They're like these ones. Boys' boots. They were a present from Charles. What size are your feet? You can't wear shoes up here. You never know when you might need to run. But what about when it snows? In winter, to stay warm, I wrap my ankles and calves with goose fat and bandages and feathers between the layers, so it's almost like having shoes, but it leaves your toes free. Oh, does that work? No, but almost. Why goose fat? He shrugged. Fat keeps you warm. Goose fat is best. But you can use pigeon, if you have to. Sparrows don't have enough fat on them. Squirrels' meat's too dry. You need something greasy. Without her permission, Sophie's face formed an ugh. He saw and scowled. I never said it was nice, but it helps. Let's go. Are you ready?